Every student at Networkers Home has a story to tell, and joining me is Mr. Rohit. Hi Rohit, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well Rohit, I hear of a fascinating story that pulled you towards joining Networkers Home. Could you share that with us?
Oh yes, it was a very fascinating story. I was at a bookshop at Indranagar one day, and I was just browsing through a couple of networking books, actually security-related books, and I was just wondering as to what I should do next because I had visited a couple of institutes, and I wanted to make my decision quickly because I had changed my domain. So I was just browsing through the books, and I found a person who was actually looking at the same set of books. And then I just asked him as to what he was doing, and he told me that I was just looking at the books, same as you, and I have also researched a couple of institutes, and I want to know which is the best. He said I had been to all the institutes, but there was one particular institute called Networkers Home, and they had real life equipments, and they also had 24/7 labs. I was like kind of fascinated because the kind of institutes that I'd been to, they never had any kind of equipments, and at the same time they were really shabby. So I thought, okay, let me just give a final visit to this institute and then make my decision. So when I came here, yes, the next thing that I knew was I was just enrolling myself here, and I was very happy about my decision that I took. So.
Well, that's what we call a wonderful decision, but now I'd like to know more about your experience on being part of Networkers Home, the fraternity of Networkers Home.
My experience with Networkers Home has been a real life experience because I started this out in the year 2010, October of 2010 to be precise, and I started out as a basic networking associate without knowing anything. And the journey just started off without knowing anything, and to coming this far a year later where I am actually finishing my expert level certification. So I had, as I said, I had completely changed my domain, so I was totally new to this, and yes, this has taken me to a very huge level, and I've come way ahead. So 1 year I never knew how that went. So
what is the certification that you're currently pursuing?
I'm currently doing my CCIE in security track. And yes, that's the exact, I was interested in the security part, so I took the security track. Even though CCI offers other tracks like voice, routing and switching, I took the security track. That's what I'm pursuing here right now.
Well, something that you'd like to talk about your trainers, your teachers, something exciting or fascinating that, you've learned from them.
The trainers are themselves very fascinating. Each of them have their own individual experiences, and they have real life experiences, and they are good trainers. These kind of combinations make a great deal to a particular student, because a student will learn to be a professional only when he knows what the trainers do, what they teach them. And yes, my trainers have been very knowledgeable. They are excellent. They are very good at making people understand how it works rather than just pushing it off to students. They know how to make a person who does not know anything understand and come to the same level as a person who does. So I would say all the trainers are equally good, and you can just come down here and just take a look, have an experience here, and then make your own decision. That's what I would say, and I'm really happy about my decision.
Well, one last question there. How does it feel to be part of the best ranked institute in the country?
Excellent. It is excellent. Why? Because I am not just being a part of this. They are also a part of my life. They made a great. They have a great vision. I would like to say they have a great vision, and that is something the student requires, because a student would require something that people teach them, which is thorough, which is updated, which is very clear, and which is very honest. That is what a student wants, and their vision is exactly aligned to a student's vision. So I think that is exactly what I as a student would want. So that's excellent. That's really wonderful, actually.
Well, thank you there. Well, a story that began in a book house and ended at a wonderful fraternity called Networkers Home. That was Rohit for you. Thank you.